Right here we have an equation and we need to solve for x. So now in the middle we have 22x minus 2 to the 1/2 power. To get to that x, we need to isolate all this first. So I'm going to put a box around this. Okay. Before we do anything, we need to get that by itself. So that means we have to add 4 to both sides. Okay. So we're going to end up with 3 over 2 times 22x minus 2 to the 1/2 power, and that's going to equal 12. Now we need to get rid of this 3 over 2, so we can multiply it by the reciprocal, which will be 2 over 3. And if I do that over here on the left, 2 over 3 cancels out 3 over 2 because 2 times 3 is going to be 6. And then 3 times 2 is going to be 6, which is just 1. So that's why all that cancels out. Now we have to multiply this side by 2 over 3 as well. And now I could simplify. So that cancels out. We've got 22x minus 2 to the 1/2 power equals 12 times 2 over 3. I'll do that over here on the right side. 12 times 2 is 24. And then the 1 times 3 is 3. And that will be 8. So this right side equals 8. Now I could deal with this 1/2 power. So to get rid of that, I raise this side by 2, or I could square it, which means I also have to square this side. So now whenever I have a power raised to another power, I multiply it. So 1/2 times 2 is going to be 2 over 2. So let's write that out. We've got 22x minus 2, and that's going to be raised to the 2 over 2 power, and then 8 times 2 is, or I'm sorry, 8 squared is 64. Let's rewrite this part on the left side. 22x minus 2, again it's raised to the 2 over 2 power, so that's just going to be 1, and then that equals 64. And we could solve for x, so add 2 to both sides. It means we're left with 22x equals 66, and then we have to undo this multiplication here, so we divide by 22, which means we're left with x equals 3. Now that is our answer, x equals 3, but we have to check to see if it's extraneous or not. So to do that, we plug it back into this original equation. So if we have 3 over 2 times 22 times that x, which is 3. I'm going to plug that in like there. We have minus 2 raised to the 1/2 power minus 4 equals 8. So now let's do the part in parentheses first. So 22 times 3 is going to be 66, and then minus 2 is 64. So 64 is going to be raised to the 1/2 power. I have a 3 over 2 in front, and then minus 4 back here, which all equals 8. So now 64 is being raised to the 1/2 power, and that's actually the same thing as taking the square root of 64, because say if you had the square root of 64, there's an index of 2 here, and if I rewrote this in exponential form, I would take that 2 and swing it around. This has an exponent of 1, so it'll be 64 to the 1/2 power. So this is the same thing as this. So the square root of 64 is going to be 8. We're multiplying that by 3 over 2 still, and then subtracting 4. Okay, so 3 over 2 times 8 is going to be, well, here, let's show you how to do that over here. 3 over 2 times 8 over 1, that's going to be 24 over 2, which is just 12. So then that's going to be 12 minus 4 equals 8, and then 12 minus 4 is 8. So this all checks out. That means that x equals 3 is definitely going to be your final answer, and there's no extraneous solutions at all.